Hello, my dear students. So, today is the first lecture about research methodology, which is an initial introduction into research methodology. So, we'll start by the meaning. So, starting by the term research. What is research? Usually, when we say to search or to research, we refer to discover or to find answers to intellectual and practical problems through the application of scientific method. According to Redman and Morey, research is a systematized effort to gain new knowledge. Research is the systematic process, set of steps, of collecting and analyzing information or data in order to increase our understanding of the phenomenon about which we are concerned or interested. Usually, we search and we keep researching about a phenomena, an event, a problem we face. Research is a process of finding solutions to a problem after a thorough study and analysis of the situational factors, the context, reasons. Research provides the needed information that guides managers to make informed decisions to successfully deal with problems. So it's all about making decisions. Also, the information provided could be the results of a careful analysis of data gathered firsthand or data that are already available in the company, for instance, or at the university. As for the objectives of research, we can say that the purpose of any research is to discover answers through the application of scientific procedures, the scientific method, since we said that research is a systematic process. The objectives are, first of all, to gain familiarity with the phenomena or to achieve new insights into it, to explore this phenomenon. Two, to portray or describe accurately the characteristics of a particular individual or a situation, a group of people. This is what we usually say the descriptive research. Also, research is meant to determine the frequency with which something occurs or which it is associated with something else. And this is the diagnostic way. Last but not the least, to test the hypothesis of causal relationship between variables. And this is mainly the experimental one done in a specific context. I have already explained that. As for the qualities or features of a good research. So, research is directed towards the solution of problem. If I'm not at the early beginning set a specific objective to achieve, so here I need to reconsider my research. Also, research is good only if it is based on observable experience or empirical evidence. Research also demands accurate observation and description. In addition, it involves gathering new data from primary resources or using the existing data for new purpose. Research activities are characterized by carefully designed procedures, as it requires expertise, skill necessary to carry out investigation, search the related literature, and to understand and analyze the data gathered. So these are referring to the steps or the research process that later, inshallah, we will discover in depth. Research also involves the quest for answers to unsolved problems. So if the problem is already solved, so no need for research. Mainly, research requires what? Courage. You need to be brave because it is really hard. So you need to be brave enough in order to conduct research. Research also is characterized by patience and unhurried activity. You have to be a patient researcher. in order to get really good results, rich data. And of course, it is a carefully recorded and reported. So at the end, you need the basic or the final stage of conducting a research is reporting. So of course, you will just write what suitable form to be submitted or to be published. Usually, the kind of research which is really following the scientific method is considered to be highly relevant, good approved method. This is what we call the scientific method. Science refers to the body of systematic and organized knowledge which makes use of scientific method to acquire knowledge in a particular field of inquiry. Scientific method is the systematic collection of data, usually facts, and their theoretical treatment through proper observation, experimentation, and interpretation. This is the scientific way. Scientific method attempts to achieve a systematic interrelation of facts by experimentation, observation, and logical arguments from accepted postulates and a combination of these three in varying proportions. So, the scientific way relies on empirical evidence. It uses relevant concepts, for sure. It is committed to only objective considerations, and of course, it presupposes ethical neutrality, objectivity, no emotions here, no personal interest. It results into probabilistic predictions. The methodology is made known, of course, aims at formulating scientific theories. Mainly, this is the type of what we name as fundamental research. And of course, we need to consider really a good research. Good research needs to be clearly defined at the early beginning. What is the objective? What we want to achieve? A research process must be detailed, described. The research design thoroughly planned. We need a good plan to start with. High ethical standards applied, of course. And of course, limitations frankly revealed. We need to set and state the limitations. And of course, it needs adequate analysis for decision makers' needs. Mainly findings presented unambiguously, clearly, simply, and relevant. And of course, final justified conclusions. And of course, we need to consider also the researcher's experience reflected. So we can summarize the main features of a good research saying that it must be systematic, logic, empirical, replicable, creative, and of course, it uses multiple methods. And thank you for your attention.